Hello, 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 and welcome to this edition of Office Hours with Lanora. Office Hours with Lanora is a series that I created to help the individuals that are seeking information. Perhaps they're looking to learn about their options related to a career in real estate. Or for those individuals that have started a pre-licensing course, my goal is to help you pass that pre-licensing as well as the state and national exams on a first attempt. And then finally, for anyone who has already began a career in real estate, ultimately, I want you to help you stay in the business. So on this episode of Office Hours with Lenora, we're going to talk about help. How do I reinvent myself in real estate? Anybody that has been able to survive the last 2 years of real estate and selling or working or doing whatever you did during a pandemic, my hat is off to you. I have never myself worked under extreme conditions and limited demand and supply and so on and so forth. So for those of you that are now seeing or facing the industry that's starting to slow down in a sense, where it's not the hustle and bustle that it's been over the past 2 years, let's talk about reinventing yourself to prepare you for the next phase of real estate. If you've been in the business greater than a day, you should already know that real estate it can be seasonal, it can be cyclical, it can be up and down, it can be a roller coaster ride. So reinventing or making sure that you are always ready is one thing that you have to find yourself becoming accustomed to in real estate. So the first thing that I would suggest to anyone that is in need of a reinvention or providing a difference of what they used to do compared to what they do now, especially if you're brand new, let's talk about building relationships. Real estate is a business of relationships. If you got into this business because you wanted to simply make some money, you probably made that money by now and are finding that your deals are starting to dwindle or there are fewer deals than you did before. That's a good time for you to start building the relationships with the people that you've already established or provided service to. So rework those individuals that you talked to 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 months ago. Put something in the mail for them. Yep, snail mail. You want to start doing things like that. Just think about when you go to your own mailbox and you find a greeting card or a letter that said thinking of you or something of that nature. You're more apt to say, that was nice. Do the same thing with building relationships with people. In your CRM, your client relationship management system, do you know the birthdays? Do you know the anniversaries? Do you know the upcoming high school graduations or college graduations? What do you know about your clients? Did you just get a sale or had a transaction that closed and now you don't communicate with them anymore? So many people have gone through so much over these last 2 years. Not saying that you have to be a counselor for everyone or that you have to go above and beyond and out of your way for some of you. I would, but maybe that's not your thing. You need to have a relationship established with each and every person that you talk to, not just who you work with. Because there's some people that will be ready now that then there's going to be some people that are not ready now. They'll be ready in 3 months or maybe even a year, 2 years, 5 years, still have a relationship in place. Building relationships also solidify that you care. It shows that this is not about a check. Our industry can be, I like to call it checky, which means that you do have some folks that are in it to just close a deal, to get a check, to pay their bills, to move on to the next closed deal. This is not what you should be doing in real estate. You should be establishing relationships that show that you care, that show that you're invested. That's one way to reinvent yourself. If you're not doing those everyday things, sending out mailers, sending out emails, doing the simple phone calls, the check-ins, showing folks that you care, it's going to be hard for you to continue in the business and make money in the business as well. People want to know that they're spending money with folks that care about them. So build those relationships. Those relationships that you're building are also going to be some referral sources in the future. So if you're working smarter and not as hard, then it'll pay off in the end. So when you find yourself slowing down, your referrals should be feeding you during those time periods. The second thing that I want you to do, if you're not doing right now, or maybe you've started and got away from it because it's not your thing, I want you to build a brand. Building a brand is just that. Have a unique custom look specifically for you. The same tone, the same colors, the same pictures. It's an identifiable way to say, that's Lanora. You'll notice every time I start one of my lives, I tell you what the purpose of Office Hours with Lanora is. That's my brand. My brand is ultimately helping people. So because I tell you through the door that this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with somebody who doesn't have a license, don't even know that they want to get a real estate license, just have questions. I'm going to talk to someone who has already started the journey and now taking pre-licensing courses. And then ultimately, I want to help those that already have a license stay in the business. So it's all about service. It's all about helping. That's my brand. My face, my images, my pictures that you see, constantly the same thing. Now, when I update and change, it'll be the same thing when I update and change. But create a brand so people know who you are, that you're consistent, and then you're putting that brand out in front of them the exact same way all the time. Don't switch up your brand. If you're rolling something out, if your brand right now is to be a subject matter expert in the Hyde Park area about real estate, stick to Hyde Park. If that's what you know, if that's your thing, stick to Hyde Park. If you're going to be using marketing dollars for the brand, and I'm just using this as an example, if your thing is Hyde Park but you're spending most of your marketing dollars in Riverdale or Riverwood or whatever river, you're not sticking or staying with your brand. You're telling me everything about Hyde Park, but you're spending your money over here in Riverwood. They don't go together. Stick to the brand. The other things that I want you to do is create an online presence. I talk about this all the time with you guys. The online presence is huge, especially in real estate in 2022. That online brand can consist of your website, where you're driving leads, you're driving traffic, you're driving people that are seeking information through your website. Yes, you can use your company's website. But what if something goes down with the company's website, a glitch or something happens, and now no one can communicate with you, they can't find you, that sort of thing. Creating your own personal brand, using your own website, www.LenoraRRES.com, you're coming directly to me. You're not going through a third party. You're not moving around to all these different places to get to me. You know how to reach me. And it makes it easier for me to contact you back. So also with your online presence, social media being free. I talk to so many people. Ooh, I don't do social media. I don't like social media. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. That's for the kids. You're missing out on some money because everybody these days have their phone in their hand in some capacity. It's either going to be them surfing the internet for things, or it's going to be them looking on social media for things, or it's going to be them looking for various resources like Pinterest and Nextdoor and all these different other applications or apps that folks are using. You want to be amongst those. Social media is still free. So why not create as a part of your brand, as a part of your business plan, implement free stuff? If you're not used to talking to people, this is a great way for you to get the practice. If you don't have a lot of clients to work with, this is a great way for you to get a lot of practice. Go in and schedule appointments to preview homes. Go into these different properties. Even if you don't have anybody with you, Facebook Live that you're on another showing. Facebook or Instagram and do a TikTok or a reel or something that you're going from one closing to the next closing. You're helping all of these clients. You're doing A, B, C, and D to ultimately reach the goal. It's important for you to create the energy of business that you may or may not be doing. I'm not going to be the one that always say fake it till you make it, because I think you need to be real about some things. But in this one area with social media, fake it till you make it. If you don't have any clients, pretend like you do. Go again, schedule showing appointments for yourself if you need be. You're also educating yourself. You're getting on the job experience because you're going in and out of these homes and you're looking at the different materials that are being used in maybe an update or a renovation job. You're also learning about the difference between what the rooms look like. What is a galley kitchen versus an eating kitchen versus a appliance package versus quartz. Learn about your industry so that when you get your clients in front of you, you're not guessing. Another thing that I want you to do are videos. Videos, or let's go back to social media with the reels. REELS, reels. Making quick videos of services that you provide, showings and things that you're doing to let folks know, hey, this is what my day in real estate looked like today. I want to share it with you. If you know anyone that might be interested in a real estate professional or have the need for one, have them to contact me. Keep putting your name, keep putting your face, keep putting your entity, your brand out there so that folks know you exist. A secret agent, secret broker won't get paid, won't close any deals, won't be in the business long. Let's also talk about establishing a niche, however you want to pronounce it. Become a subject matter expert in something. If you're so good at working with sellers that you don't really work with buyers that much, this might be the time when the industry is starting to show signs of slowing down that you need to start specializing in working with buyers as well. So get the additional training classes to help you do that. In this case, in my example, similar to the accredited buyer representative class. If your thing is not working with buyers, take some classes to help you better work with them. And then set up your system. What's your brand again? How are you going to reach these particular buyers? Do you have a website that they can contact you directly through? Do you have a social media presence that they can look at and see, oh, she's helped this person before and they had a situation or a similar situation as mine. Maybe they don't have a whole lot of money and you're showing that you work with a clientele that's spending $60,000 or $60 million. If you're that person that can diversify in an industry or a market that you see signs of it slowing down, you will always be closing, which is the ABCs of real estate. Let's also talk about one of the last things that I want you to do. I want you to look at yourself, your person. Is it time for you to maybe brush up, change a hairstyle, add a different color to your wardrobe, switch out a vehicle, something of that nature that makes you feel better about your current position in the industry? Some of us might have the same car that we've been driving folks around from 10 years ago. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. Maybe it's time for you to go buy a new pair of earrings that make you feel more confident in the services that you provide. Something as simple as that. Maybe a polish change or something. All of these seem so basic, but whatever you need to do to help you feel better, to help you improve, to help you get in front of more people, to let them know what you're doing in your business, because this is your own small business. You need to grow your business. And what better time to be growing your business when folks aren't looking? They need to know that you are out there, that you exist. but you have to set yourself in the environment. You have to create the energy. Reinvention is just that. Madonna did it so many times. How many times did she change her hair? How many times did she change her outfits? Prince went from a name to a symbol. Do it. Part of reinventing too might mean that you need to now get a real estate coach, a real estate mentor, somebody. Michael Jordan, who are the other people? Tom Brady. All of these people, they had coaches to help them. So if you're finding that you're becoming stagnant, get a coach. That's a good way to reinvent yourself in this business too. And then hopefully your 2023 looks a lot different and improved and better than the way your 2022 is ending. I wish all of you much success, much luck in the business. Sometimes we can only take this thing so far before we have to do something different. And if reinventing yourself, reinventing your business, energizing yourself is that thing that you need to do, let's just do it. Let's get her done. So those are my tips on how to best go about reinventing yourself in real estate. Again, maybe specializing. If your one thing has always been working with tenants and now you're trying to move over to working with buyers and sellers, beef up that education in that so that, again, you look like that subject matter expert. Okay? What's going on at the Realtors Real Estate School for the remainder of the month of November? I know next week, November 21st and 22nd, we will have the residential leasing agent in person in the classroom. You can come down and get the 15-hour class done that way. Starting December 5th, we're going to have our last in-person in a classroom environment session for the brokers downtown at 430 North Michigan Avenue. So if you're interested in finishing out the new year with the new career or have some questions, feel free to search the blurb up above, or you can always contact me directly. Next week is Thanksgiving. I don't plan to be in front of anybody but the turkey next week with all the trimmings. But I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for spending your Wednesdays with me and this Office Hours with Lanora series. I want you to take some time to spend with your family, to take a much needed break, to re-energize in a sense, to come back to the business at hand and be much better at what you do. So ta-ta for now. I'm signing off on this episode of Office Hours with Lanora. If you need me, you know how to reach me. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.